Homeward Bound, written by Ellen G. White.
You looked into the crucible that burned with agony. You humbly chose the Father's will and climbed to Calvary. Your blood for all my sin poured out, your final breath that shook the ground. And then you said, "It is done," and your scars bear witness. It is finished.
Jesus, God's gift. February 24th. It is finished.
So when Jesus had received the sour wine, he said, "It is finished." And bowing his head, he gave up his spirit. John 19, verse 30.
Satan, with his fierce temptations, wrung the heart of Jesus. The Savior could not see through the portals of the tomb. Hope did not present to him his coming forth from the grave a conqueror, or tell him of the Father's acceptance of the sacrifice. He feared that sin was so offensive to God that their separation was to be eternal. Christ left the anguish which the sinner will feel when mercy shall no longer plead for the guilty race. It was the sense of sin, bringing the Father's wrath upon him as our substitute, that made the cup he drank so bitter and broke the heart of the Son of God.
God and his holy angels were beside the cross. The Father was with his Son, yet his presence was not revealed. Had his glory flashed forth from the cloud, every human beholder would have been destroyed. And in that dreadful hour, Christ was not to be comforted with the Father's presence. He trod the winepress alone.
To the angels and the unfolding worlds, the cry, "It is finished," had a deep significance. It was for them as well as for us that the great work of redemption had been accomplished. They with us share the fruits of Christ's victory.
Not until the death of Christ was the character of Satan clearly revealed to the angels or to the unfallen worlds. The arch-apostate had so clothed himself with deception that even the holy beings had not understood his principles. They had not clearly seen the nature of his rebellion.
It was God's purpose to place things on an eternal basis of security, and in the councils of heaven, it was decided that the time must be given for Satan to develop the principles which were the foundation of his system of government. He had claimed that these were superior to God's principles. Time was given for the working of Satan's principles that they might be seen by the heavenly universe.
Well then, might the angels rejoice as they looked upon the Savior's cross, for though they did not then understand all, they knew that the destruction of sin and Satan was forever made certain, that the redemption of man was assured, and that the universe was made eternally secure. I look into eternity when sorrow's seas have dried. I'll see the Lamb who died for me in beauty glorified. With open arms you'll bring me home to bow and worship at your throne. And you'll say, "Come and rest," as my heart bears witness, it is finished. Join us tomorrow for another devotional reading by God's grace. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and not of ourselves. It is a gift of God.